റിവിഷൻ വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ മാക്സിമം പെട്ടെന്ന് ഫിനിഷ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് റിവിഷൻ എടുത്താൽ നോക്കാം. സോ so we are discussing about NP complete and NP hard problem. Okay, so first we studied what is a deterministic algorithm. What is a deterministic algorithm means an algorithm has the property that the result of every operation is uniquely defined. Such algorithm agree with the way programs are executed on a computer. This is the definition for the deterministic algorithm. That is, every operation in that algorithm is uniquely defined. Okay, that is the point. And then what is non-deterministic algorithm? An algorithm that contains operation. This is very important. This concept is very important. Okay, so algorithm that contain an operation. Okay, usually that will be a selection operation. Okay, and the outcome of that operation is not uniquely defined. Its outcome is not fixed. Its outcome is not fixed. That is, it's not uniquely defined, but they are limited to a set of possibilities. Okay, so an algorithm consists of an operation. This operation, the term operation means basically a function. Okay, you can imagine it is a function. An algorithm that contains a function, and that function is not uniquely defined. That function will give different values. Okay, it's not uniquely defined, but are limited to a set of possibilities. Okay, there will be a function like this. In a non-deterministic algorithm, there will be a function like this. Okay. You can imagine this situation. This is an NP problem, and here the problem is I want to assign value to x3. X3 can take value 2 or 4. Okay, x3 is a variable. It can take value 2 or 4. Here there will be a function that determines which value x3 will take at first. X3 should take at first. Okay, it may be 2 or it may be 4. It will take either 2 or 4, but the order is not defined. Okay, so there will be a function. There will be a function that is called a select function or choice function will be in the algorithm. That algorithm determines the final solution of the problem. Okay, so that is a non-deterministic algorithm. An algorithm that contains operation or function whose outcomes are not uniquely defined, but are limited to a set of possibilities. Okay, then the machine executing such operation is allowed to choose any one of their outcomes subject to a termination condition. Okay, so this type of algorithm is called a non-deterministic algorithm, and a non-deterministic algorithm consists of three operations. One is choice. This choice is the that function, that particular function or operation that arbitrarily chooses one of the elements of set S. For example, you can imagine this one. There is a function that will arbitrarily select the values for x3. It will be either 2, it will be either 4. Okay, in this case. Okay. So, or if you consider this situation, there will be a function that will arbitrarily select the value for x2. It will be either 2, 3 or 4. Okay. So this is the concept. So that we generalizing that function and or that operation, and we are saying choice of S. Okay. So this is just a function and it arbitrarily chooses one of the elements of set S. Okay, there is a set S, set of numbers. It arbitrarily select any one of the value. That is about the choice function. And there is a failure function. The failure function indicates an unsuccessful completion, and there is a success function, signals a successful completion. So these are the operations defined in a non-deterministic algorithm. Okay, in a non-deterministic algorithm. Okay, so you can imagine we studied in the last portions. We studied the knapsack 0 bar 1, knapsack and quince, etc. All are non-deterministic approach. All are following the non-deterministic approach. Okay. So here the assignment statement x equal to choice of 1 comma n. So here we are saying x is equal to choice of 1 comma n would results in x being assigned to any one of the integer in the range of 1 to n. There is no rule specifying how this choice is to be taken. That is, this choice function always randomly take values within the range 1 to n. Okay. For example, just you can suppose there is a choice function here. Randomly take the value for x2. Here I taken 2 at first, 3, 4. Okay. In that order is not fixed. It will take any values in random order. Sometimes I will start with x3 at first, then x2. Okay. Try to understand that concept. That is this point saying. An assignment statement x equal to choice of 1 comma n could result in x being assigned to any one of the integer in the range of 1. There is no rule specifying how this choice is taken. There is no rule specifying how these choice to be taken. Okay, there is no rule. Just randomly we are selecting the values. Choice function will take the values within the range 1 to n. So that is about the choice function. And then whenever there is a set of choices that leads to a successful completion. Okay, so this algorithm randomly select the values and proceed. Whenever there is a set of choices that lead to a successful completion, will terminate. This algorithm will terminate. That is, whenever there is a set of choices that leads to a successful, then one such set of choices is always taken and the algorithm terminates successfully. If there exist some choices that will lead to the successful completion, then one such set of choices is always taken by the algorithm and terminates successfully. For example, you can note the situation. Okay. So here, or you can take this one. Okay, this is also knapsack problem also uses the same approach. Okay, here I take an object 1, then I reach here, then object 2, then I reach here. In this way, I will successfully reach at the leaf node. So, similarly, this situation also, okay. So, here suppose I am selecting x1, then I reach here. Then from there I will select x2. This is another choice. x2 I will select 4. Then x1 x3 I will select 1. Then I want to select a value for x4. x4 I select 3. Then I reached at the successfully I completed the task. So here saying whenever there is a set of choices that leads to a successful completion, then one such set of choices is always taken and the algorithm terminates successfully. In this way, this algorithm will work. Non-deterministic algorithm will work. So this NQN problem, etc., are all backtracking approach or non-deterministic. So next, a non-deterministic algorithm terminates unsuccessfully if and only if there exists no set of choices leading to a successful signal. Then next, saying about when will the algorithm terminate unsuccessfully. If there is no set of choices leading to a successful signal, then the algorithm terminate unsuccessfully. Okay. So this is about the non-deterministic algorithm. In the exams, they may ask, write a note on non-deterministic algorithm. So what is non-deterministic? You should explain these concepts. Okay. So next, another problem is a decision problem. Okay. So what is a decision problem? Any problem for which the answer is either yes or no, or 0 or 1 is called a decision problem. An algorithm for a decision problem is termed as decision algorithm. So next, one type of problem is decision problem. So here we are defining what is a decision problem and what is a decision algorithm. So any problem for which the answer is either 0 or 1, it is called a decision problem. An problem is termed as decision algorithm. Next, another problem is optimization problem. So what is an optimization problem? We already studied what is an optimization problem. Any problem that involves the identification of an optimal, maximum or minimum value of a given cost function is known as optimization problem. Fractional knapsack problem, traveling salesperson problem, etc. Optimization problem. So here, this is another type of problem, optimization problem. So this optimization problem and decision problems belongs to which type? So the concept is this is non-deterministic algorithm. Using the non-deterministic algorithm, we can solve this type of problems: decision problems and optimization problems. Okay. We need a non-deterministic algorithm to solve the decision problem and optimization problem. So we defined what is decision problem, what is optimization problem. So optimization problem means any problem that involves the identification of an optimal, maximum or minimum value of a given cost function is known as optimization problem. An optimization algorithm is used to solve the optimization problem. Sometimes in the exam they may ask what is an optimization algorithm, define optimization algorithm, etc. Okay. So you should need an idea about the optimization problem and optimization algorithm. Okay. So next, another concept. Okay, another concept: polynomial time reduction or reducibility. So next concept is polynomial time reduction and reducibility. So when will we say that two problems L1 and L2 is reducible? That means let L1 and L2 be two problems. Problem L1 reduces to L2. It is written in this way. L1, there is a alpha, L2 means problem L1 can be reduced to L2. So if and only if, this is the condition for that. If and only if there are two problems L1 and L2, problem L1 reduces to L2 if and only if there is a way to solve L1 by a deterministic polynomial time algorithm. If and only if there is a way to solve a L1. There is a way to solve L1 by a deterministic polynomial time algorithm using a deterministic algorithm that also solves L2 in polynomial time. Then we can say that L1 can be reduced to L2. So, or we can say the polynomially reducible problem. So this is the definition of polynomial time reduction. So what is polynomial time reduction? This is the definition of polynomial time reduction. So there are two problems L1 and L2. There are two problems L1 and L2. Problem L1 reduces to L2. We always write in this way: L1, there is an alpha symbol, and L2. If and only if there is a way to solve L1 by a deterministic polynomial time algorithm using a deterministic algorithm. This is a definition, so be careful. If and only if there is a way to solve L1, that is, we can solve L1 by using a deterministic polynomial time algorithm. By using a deterministic polynomial time algorithm, that using a deterministic algorithm that also solves L2 in polynomial time. Then we can say that problem L1 is polynomially time reducible to L2. So, or we can interpret in this way also, that is, if there is a polynomial time algorithm for L2, then we can solve L1 in polynomial time. So if a problem L1 is reducible to L2, it means that if there is a polynomial time algorithm for solving L2, then we can solve L1 in polynomial time. So this is the use of reducibility. This is the use of reducibility. Then point about the reducibility. Alpha is a transitive relation. That is, if L1 reducible to L2 and L2 reducible to L3, then we can say that L1 reducible to L3. This is another property. So, what is polynomial time reduction or reducibility? First, we study what is the definition of polynomial time reduction. So it means let L1 and L2 be two problems. Problem L1 reduces to L2 if and only if there is a way to solve L1 by a deterministic polynomial algorithm, using a deterministic algorithm that solves L2 in polynomial time. This is the definition. Then this is the use of the reducibility. That is, if there is a polynomial time algorithm for L2, then we can solve L1 also in polynomial time. If we proved that relation, then we can find that if there is a polynomial time algorithm for L2, then we can solve L1 in polynomial time. Then this is the transitive relation. Alpha is a transitive relation. Sorry, alpha is reducibility. So reducibility is a transitive relation if L1 is reducible to L2 and L2 reducible to L3, which means L1 can be reducible to L3. Then we are defining NP hard problem. So next is NP hard. What is meant by NP hard problem? So the definition of NP hard is given in this way. Okay, a problem L is NP hard if and only if satisfiability reduces to L. A problem L is NP hard if and only if satisfiability reduces to L. So we in the previous section we studied about what is reduces means. What is the meaning of L1 reduces to L2? Then based on that we will define NP hard. A problem L is NP hard if satisfiability reduces to L. That is, this is suppose this is S. S reduces to there will be a relation like this. Else S reduces to L. So what is S means? Satisfiability. Okay. Satisfiability problem is one of the hardest problem to solve. Okay, this is one of the very difficult problem. Also, it is called the CNF satisfiability problem. It is one of the hardest problem. Hardest problems. Okay, CNF satisfiability. Then we will define. We can say that a problem L means the problem we are considering. Suppose sometimes it will be knapsack problem or NQueen problem, etc. Okay. Then a problem we are considering, which is L, is NP hard if we want, if and only if S reducible to L. If we proved this relation, then we can say that L is NP hard. Okay. So this is the definition of NP hard. Its proof is very difficult. Okay. Its proof is very difficult. There exist some theorems to prove it, but we don't want to study that. We need an idea about what is NP hard. What is NP hard problem? An NP hard problem is defined in this way. A problem L we are trying to solve is NP hard if and only if satisfiability problem. This is called a CNF satisfiability problem. I will discuss that in the next class. Okay. So CNF satisfiability problem is one of the hardest problem in the computer science field. Okay. So its complexity will be 2 raised to n. Okay. 2 raised to n. If this problem is reduces to L, then we can say that the problem L is NP hard. So this is about the NP hard. I will discuss some more details in the next class. Okay. So just try to understand this concept. What is NP hard meaning? Next, what is NP complete means? So NP complete means, this is a simple definition. A problem L is NP complete if and only if L is NP hard and L belongs to NP. So that is not difficult. L belongs to NP. Okay. So if we proved this, then we can say that the problem is NP complete. So the proof is basically a very tough process. It is a very difficult process. Proving a problem is NP hard or NP complete. It will be done based on this concept, this definition. Anyway, we want to study the definitions of NP hard and NP complete. So what is NP complete mean? A problem L we are considering to solve. Okay, it will be knapsack, Jenkins, or any problem is NP complete, then we should try to prove this. L is NP hard. If L is NP hard means we want to apply this definition. We want to prove this at first. That is, satisfiability problem reduces to L. Then we want to prove L belongs to NP. So L belongs to NP. NP class problem. So what is NP class problem? L belongs to NP means, what is NP? Non-polynomial class, NP class. Okay, that we already studied here. This is, this one, class NP. That is, we want to prove this also. That is, that problem belongs to this class of problem. Then we can say that it is an NP complete problem. Okay. Then we can say that it's a NP complete problem. So this is about the definitions. So we are focusing here the definitions. Okay. We don't want to study the proof, etc. We just need the basic concept only. Okay. So this is about this topic. Okay, next 1 more hour is there. Tomorrow I will try to give some more idea. So anyway, I'm just revising this part 2. First we discussed tractable problem and intractable problem. What is tractable means? A problem can be solved in polynomial time. Okay. A problem that can be solved in polynomial time is called a tractable problem. Okay. Very simple concept. So it will take these times only. These are basically simple problems. Okay. Next is an intractable problem means a problem that cannot be solved in polynomial time. It will take these times. These are intractable problems. Examples: towers of Hanoi, TSP, NQueens, etc. Okay. So it will take exponential time to solve. This is about the tractable and intractable problem. Then we discussed P and NP class. So what is class P? Class P means the problem solvable in polynomial time. There is an algorithm A that can be solved in big of n raised to k, where k is a constant. Then the algorithm is called class P problem. For example, we studied bubble sort, selection sort, linear search, etc., etc. Different algorithm, matrix multiplication, etc. That are all belongs to the class P. These are very simple type of problems. Okay. Next, what is class NP? Class NP means non. You can note here. It includes the decision problems solvable in non-deterministic polynomial time. So, uh, the problems, the nature of the problem is this decision problem which is solvable in non-deterministic polynomial time. We can say in this way also, it consists of those problems that are verifiable in polynomial time. What is verifiable means uh, sometimes the answer will not be optimal. Okay, sometimes the answer will not be correct. Okay, that is called verifiable. Okay, so that is about that definition. Then we discuss what is a decision problem, then what is non-deterministic problem. So what is non-deterministic problem? Guessing some solution to find out the final solution. Okay. For example, this is the concept. You can imagine. We will guess some solution at some point, then we will proceed. Then if sometimes it will be a success. If it is failed, we will backtrack, then guess some other solution, then proceed. And this process is repeated until we find a correct solution path like this. So, this type of approach is used by a non-deterministic algorithm. Okay. So, basically, the backtracking approach, greedy approach, dynamic programming approach, all are different non-deterministic algorithms. So which type of problems include in it? NQueen problem, TSP, knapsack, etc. These are all very difficult problem. These all will take sometimes 2 raised to n. It's the complexity. So next, just note this relation. P is a subset NP. P not equal to N. Next we studied NP complete and NP hard. Okay. What is NP complete and NP hard? To study that concept, we need some other concepts. To define NP complete and NP hard, we need some more information. Okay. For that, first, that is this NP complete and NP hard problem are polynomial time reduction. So we first we need an idea about the polynomial time reduction. Okay. So before that we study deterministic algorithm. What is deterministic algorithm? And what is non-deterministic algorithm? So what is non-deterministic algorithm? There will be a choice operation. That operation randomly selects some values. That type of algorithm is called a non-deterministic algorithm. It will contain this type of function, and this is the working. So in the university exam, they may ask explain non-deterministic algorithms. So this you should write this. Then we come to the decision problem. So what is decision problem? What is optimization problem? Then at last we came to this point, polynomial time reduction. What is polynomial time reducible problem? We defined it in this way. Okay, let L1 and L2 be two problems. L1 reduces to L2 if and only if there is a way to solve L1 by a deterministic polynomial time algorithm using a deterministic that solves L1 polynomial time. then what is the use of it? If there is a polynomial time algorithm for L2, then we can solve L1 in polynomial. So we defined what is polynomial time reduction. Then based on that, we define NP hard and NP candidate. NP hard is defined in this way. A problem L is NP hard if and only if satisfiability reduces to L, which means there is a problem CNF satisfiability. This is one of the hardest problem. If this problem can be reduces to L, then L is the problem we are considering. Then we can say that the problem L is NP hard. This is the method to prove a problem we are considering is NP hard. Okay, this is the definition. Then NP complete means a problem L is and if and only if L is NP hard. First, we want to prove that problem is NP hard using this approach, this definition. Then this definition. Then we want to prove L belongs to NP. Then we can say that L is NP complete. Okay. So this is about this topic, and tomorrow I will one more hour I will take based on this topic. Okay. Okay. Please give your attendance in the chat box. Please give your attendance in the chat box.